She's a legendary plane.
Without the Super Guppy, we wouldn't have got to the moon first.
NASA's premier mega cargo hauler.
The value of our cargo often reaches into the tens of the millions of dollars.
The Super Guppy.
It's a one-of-a-kind aircraft. We fly this outside cargo coast to coast.
She transports NASA's mightiest payloads.
Ready? We're ready.
The consequences of something going wrong are just too disastrous.
Guppy is put to the test
Okay, what was that? All right. Well, that's not good.
on her first mission back after a major overhaul. The Franklin Mountains of El Paso, Texas. This patch of desert high above sea level is home to a legend from America's space race. The Super Guppy. Big. Bloated. Alien. For over 50 years, this mega air cargo transport has hauled NASA's vital aerospace hardware across the United States. David Elliott is a NASA flight engineer and the Super Guppy program manager.
The Guppy is an amazing aircraft that's been involved in nearly every part of human space exploration in NASA's history. From the Saturn rocket boosters in the 60s, it's moved parts of Apollo, Hubble telescope, the Skylab. A lot of people don't realize just what it's done in our national history.
Today, David prepares the Guppy for her next big mission, a 3-day cross-country assignment to pick up and deliver a payload that could transform the aerospace industry.
We're pre-flighting the aircraft to make sure that everything is secure. We don't have any malfunctions on the aircraft or anything like that.
She's been grounded for 8 months for major upgrades and maintenance.
We're just looking for leaks, tire pressure, just make sure that we don't have any problems on the road.
Built in the 1960s, Guppy was the first oversized cargo plane. NASA took an old Boeing Stratocruiser, cut it in half, lengthened the body, and ballooned it out.
There's other aircraft that can carry a lot more weight than us, but none of those can match the sheer volume of the cargo section.
Flight engineer Nelson Reyes is completing his inspection of the new avionics.
Well, altimeter on and tested.
We replaced a lot of the older 1950s gauges with upgraded electronic flight instrument systems and flight management systems, so it made it a lot safer airplane, a lot more modern.
Everything is on and looking good.
The new avionics check out. Now it's time to put the engines through their paces.
Okay, turn number 2. 2 is selected.
To lift off and carry a hefty multi-million-dollar payload cross-country, Guppy needs all the power her 4 turboprop engines can give.
Okay, power on 1, 2, and 3 look good. 4 is a little low.
Engine 4 isn't getting the fuel flow it needs. Not enough flow means not enough power.
About 30 seconds.
It could jeopardize the mission. Nelson enlists Guppy maintainer Gabriel Quintana to help adjust the fuel control.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
The tiny dial is tucked inside the engine's guts.
And so count how many slots there are. 4, 5 visible. So you want to move it to where it's 4 visible slots.
She's had a few upgrades, but some parts are still old school.
I got 4. You want to go ahead and verify my 4?
Very nice, Gabe. Very nice.
Number 4 engine can now get enough fuel to reach max power.
That's it. Outside's done. So as soon as the pilots get here, I think we'll be about ready to fly.
In Long Beach, California, the Boeing Company aerospace engineers have spent years developing a new composite technology for a cutting-edge aircraft for NASA. This vital component is braced in a fixture and ready for pickup. The mission's lead loadmaster, John Myrick, does a final inspection.
We're just ensuring that all of this looks good to go, it's tight.
He needs to make sure it's properly secured for transport.
We check and then we recheck and then we double check everything because the consequences of something going wrong are just too disastrous.
The payload is a crucial structural section of an experimental blended wing aircraft. The custom-built fixture designed to transport the awkward piece is secured to a special pallet that slides smoothly into Guppy's cargo bay.
we had to perform analysis on to ensure that we weren't exceeding either the capabilities of the fixture and the rings or the capabilities of our power.
The massive payload needs to be shipped to one of the only places in the world where it can be tested, NASA's Langley Research Center in Virginia, on the other side of the country. It's exactly the job Guppy was made for.
We looked at shipping it over the ground, large trucks and things like that, and literally going around bridges, creating new roads, moving power lines. All of a sudden, it just started to turn into a very risky endeavor.
There you go, tight but not too tight. Taut.
This payload is good to go. And at home base in El Paso, so is the Guppy, now that the mission pilots are touching down.
Jet okay?
Yeah, good jet, no problems.
Rick Hall is the Guppy's commander. Tom Ryan is the co-pilot.
Nothing to worry about. It's all, yeah, that's right.
They'll be flying the first leg of the mission. Rick and Tom are 2 of only 6 pilots certified to fly the Super Guppy.
We'll take a look at the airfield and route. It's been a while since I've been to Long Beach.
Be 2 hours, 45 minutes. Landing runway 30 there. Weather should be fine. No surprises.
We're always worried about the winds and the weather. Gusts of wind can really toss the plane around.
The Super Guppy is vulnerable to bad weather, on the ground and in the air. Her massive body gets slammed hard by heavy winds. But her biggest liability is also her biggest asset. She measures almost 44 meters from nose to tail, stands 15 meters tall, with a wingspan of 48 meters and a giant cargo bay 8 meters in diameter.
We've got plenty of gas. We actually put on 28K, so we've got a little bit extra for winds.
Well, I'm happy if you're happy. We've already covered everything else.
I'm happy.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Guppy and her crew are finally ready to get this mission off the ground.
Okay, just pull the landing gear pins. Make sure we can get the gear up when we take off.
NASA 941 heard we were number 1. We're ready for position and hold.
NASA 941, proceed on to the runway and hold position on runway 4.
Super Guppy is cleared for takeoff, right on schedule.
We're ready to roll.
You're cleared to roll.
Okay. All right, we're going through 15, releasing them. Here we go.
941 is rolling.
And it wants to fly. Here comes the 7 board.
V1. Rotate.
We're climbing. Gear, please.
Gears up, lights up.
Flaps up.
The mission is off to a great start.
I'll fly the first half, you have the second half.
Sounds great.
The Guppy will fly from El Paso, Texas to Long Beach, California to pick up the payload. Then over 2 days, she'll head to Phoenix, Arizona, Amarillo, Texas, and Fort Campbell, Kentucky before the final destination, Langley Research Center in Virginia.
80 knots.
Hi-yo.
For Rick and Tom, flying Guppy, even when empty, is a workout. Unlike most big aircraft flying today, Guppy has no hydraulic assist or autopilot.
That means when you're in a landing pattern and you're trying to make roll corrections, it takes 2 hands to do it. You can be dead on center line, 3 feet off the ground, and before you know it, you're 40 feet left or right trying to get back to center line.
The pilots have to use their own muscle power.
All we have to do is not to become one with the planet in life. This is about as good as it gets.
At Boeing in Long Beach, California, Guppy's mission loadmaster John Myrick tracks their progress.
We took off. ETA is 12:15. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send a message to all of our management, to both Boeing and to NASA officials, let them know when the aircraft is going to arrive. So we want to make sure that as soon as the Super Guppy arrives, they shut down engines, they're towed into their parking spot so they can get started on opening the nose as quickly as possible.
Cruising at 16,000 feet over New Mexico, only 30 minutes into what seems like a picture-perfect flight.
Okay, what was that?
The view changes in an instant.
Well, that's not good.
And plans for a flawless mission are shattered. In the skies over New Mexico, a cockpit window shatters.
Okay, what was that here?
Super Guppy's first mission in 8 months is jeopardized.
Co-pilot's side window just shattered. Right. It's cracked. Pretty sure it's on the outside of the window.
He said it's the outer pane.
It's the outer pane. Okay. I don't think did something hit it or did it just break?
No,
It just
blew.
Oh, that's great.
Troubleshooting the Guppy's old quirks is one thing, but this is something else.
What are we going to do here?
Or do you just fly restricted?
That's a great question.
And I don't have an answer.
I don't either.
This is virgin territory on the Guppy.
Yeah, it is. Never seen that happen.
Nelson, let's get in the checklist, but start depressurizing the cabins.
I'll handle the checklist.
We'll go ahead and ask for descent at least.
First order of business, get the plane down from their current cruising altitude of 16,000 feet.
Albuquerque 941 request.
Alpha 941, go ahead.
The window blows out. The sudden drop in cabin pressure could be fatal to the crew. The loss of oxygen can cause confusion and disorientation, symptoms of a potentially deadly condition known as hypoxia.
Yes, ma'am, I'd like to descend to 12,000 if we could.
Alpha 941, or just stand by.
They'll have to adjust their cabin pressure to the lower altitude.
Probably want to have a little bit of differential on it just to keep the air pressure from imploding.
I mean,
that job falls to flight engineer Nelson Reyes.
Tom, you'll be happy with the cabin altitude, 8,000 feet?
8,000, that'll work. That'll work. And you can continue with the checklist, make sure we're not missing anything.
Okay, I've got flight with cracked windshield procedure here.
All right, go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, it says if the windshield cracks in flight, determine which layer of glass is cracked. If the outer glass layer is cracked, continue operating normally.
it doesn't bother me as far as I know about that being the outer pane.
I agree.
Guppy's crew will have to wait until she's back on the ground for a proper inspection and to weigh their options for the cross-country mission.
Morning, everybody. I'm John Myrick. I'm the primary Super Guppy loadmaster. Jim Thorpe.
In Long Beach, California, loadmaster John Myrick, unaware of the drama in the sky, has started rallying his troops for Guppy's loading.
So basically, let me run down what we're going to be doing. Once the aircraft arrives, I'll ask the K-loader driver to drive up. We will eye-line where we think we are on center.
Getting the payload lined up perfectly with Guppy's cargo bay is crucial. Damaging the plane or the cargo could cost big bucks and abort the mission.
If you see something that's unsafe, be sure to yell stop. We'll all stop, re-marshal, put our heads together, figure it out, and continue the operation.
So if that's it, then we'll just wait for the Guppy to come, and if anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Up in the sky, the Super Guppy is ready for landing in Long Beach.
That's a 941 SoCal approach, roger. What type of aircraft are you?
We are the Super Guppy.
Super Guppy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, roger.
You can Google that.
Commander Rick Hull gives Guppy rookie co-pilot Tom Ryan a chance at the controls.
There's 1,000 feet.
We are clear.
Landing Guppy can get hairy, especially when she's flying empty. She's like a big balloon, easy to blow away. Tom muscles her in, braced for any crosswinds.
Torque 4. 100 feet, torque 4. Torque 3. 25. All right, walking her back. And 5.
Your throttles.
The Guppy commander's first call on the ground is to mission headquarters in Houston about the window.
So the options are we leave it here and you fix it, we continue with the mission as is, or we load the payload and fly back to Houston and fix it. And if we do that, then we're going to be stuck there for at least a day waiting for plastic to cure. Yeah, well, I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to you.
While Rick waits for an answer from his boss on the replacement pane, program manager David Elliott is not going to let a broken window get in the way of loading up the Guppy with the aircraft part.
It's sitting on a borrowed loader right now. We'll just go ahead and put it in the plane. It'll be safer in there anyways. There's bad weather here on Thursday is what I'm hearing, so we do need to get out of here by then. All right, we got to get going. The wind's picking up, so I'm going to open its nose. Thanks. Bye.
The only way to load cargo into the Guppy is through her big nose. But any wind over 32 kilometers per hour could rip it right off. Loadmaster John Myrick positions the nose away from the wind.
The nose is here. It works for me.
Guppy's cavernous cargo bay is what sets her apart, in more ways than size. Opening up her nose is one of the mission's most critical operations. It means methodically disconnecting all the flight control cables that connect the cockpit to the rest of the plane.
There's swedge balls that will hold the flight control cables tight so that when we disconnect them in the middle to open the nose, it'll hold those all in place. If we didn't have these in place, we'd actually have to re-rig the whole airplane. So.
It's the only cargo aircraft in the world that works like this.
These are the little bit harder ones, as you can tell.
All right, we're gonna lower the outrigger.
The outrigger drives and steers the nose as it rides open on a single hinge.
So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna open up all the locks that hold the nose together.
After almost an hour, with all the flight control cables disconnected and the nose unlocked, it's time to open her up.
Okay, I'm just gonna crack it a tiny bit. We're good? All right, knocked out.
The nose is about to open, so if we can go ahead and crank up.
Guppy's swing nose rotates 100 degrees.
Rich!
It's up to John to make sure the cargo lines up perfectly with the Guppy.
I'm gonna go up inside the aircraft. We'll bring you in a little bit further, get you a little bit straighter, and then we'll raise you up.
Thousands of calculations have come down to this. One wrong move, and it's game over. At the Boeing facility in Long Beach, California, NASA's Super Guppy is ready to load up its multi-million-dollar cargo. If the pallet with its 11,000-kilogram payload is off by even a millimeter, it won't slide in and it won't lock down.
They're going to connect the winch right now.
Once the 15-meter pallet is perfectly even with the cargo bay floor,
Ready?
We're ready.
Okay.
the winch drags it into the Guppy's belly. Now the big test, loading the plane without damaging the payload or the Guppy. The fixture holding the aircraft test part has springs at either end, insulating it from any shock or vibration that could occur during loading or flight.
Easy kick.
Oh, right there. All right. Hit it.
Thanks to months of planning by Boeing and NASA, it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's in. Yeah, we got it in. It's all locked down to the pallet rails, and yeah, it fit no problem.
The massive aircraft part is finally ready for its cross-country journey to the Langley Research Center in Virginia, where it will be tested. All that's left now is for the flight control cables to be carefully reconnected. But that shattered window isn't looking any better.
So the word from back home is that that this window is just too far damaged for us to fly with it. The three people we really need.
If they can't find a replacement that fits, Super Guppy and her mega cargo aren't going anywhere.
It's pretty well cracked across the entire entire surface.
Finding parts for an old bird like Guppy is always a challenge.
We never really know where we're going to get our parts. Sometimes we have them, sometimes they're brand new, and other times we're borrowing them off of older airplanes and just hoping that they're going to work right.
A long delay could put the Super Guppy in the path of bad weather.
Do you know what the cure time is on the sealant?
Time for some help from Boeing's operations manager, Dave Marandino.
We're going to try and replace it, have it shipped overnight, swap it out in the morning. We were going to use hot seal, so they have some concern is hot seal compatible with these windows?
I have to look that up.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's not like we use this airplane all the time.
I know.
Guppy's a jerry-rigged wonder, originally built from parts of several 1950s planes. The cockpit, wings, and tail mount from the Boeing 377 Stratocruiser, nose gear from a Boeing 707 jet, B-52 bomber tires, turboprops and cowlings from the P-3 Orion, and propellers and spinners from the C-130 Hercules. For this repair, they'll have to find a window pane from an old Stratocruiser or its military equivalent, the KC-97.
What we have is a KC-97 multi-pane window, several layers. It's all just screwed on, and it's...
While the experts track down a new window in Houston, Guppy crew chief James Isley and mechanic Greg Allen tackle the broken windshield.
And we're gonna take the window out tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow morning we get the new window in, so we'll be ready to go.
It's a slow process.
I think it'll come out without breaking it.
They have to be careful. They can't afford to break anything else.
There we go, there you go. Hey Greg, this top corner's coming.
Finally,
There you have it.
Guppy is ready for the new window pane.
Feels good to get the window out. We're going to cover it up to keep it safe from the elements tonight, just in case it would rain or something. And we'll be ready to go tomorrow as soon as we get the new window in. Be ready to fly.
It's a beautiful morning in Long Beach, California, made even better with the arrival of a new window left over from a 1950s KC-97.
I want to take it upstairs.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the window up there and get an initial fitting on it, make sure it fits in the hole properly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it goes. That's going to look beautiful.
Perfect, good.
We're mixing the sealant. That one's ready? That one should be ready. Well, what we're applying is a silicon-based sealant. It's going to dry within 8 to 10 hours.
Something like that, Jim, you think?
Yeah. I got a couple floors in.
Come on up. Go ahead. Hey, Tank. There's nothing like the sight of new glass.
The window is in, the cold sealant on, and all the old screws back in their holes.
Oh.
Have a look in there, Greg.
Looks great.
Have to seal the edges right here to get a waterproof seal. We're ready to fly. After it cures, of course.
It will take the rest of the day and overnight for the sealant to dry. Only then can Guppy resume the mission. One day late, the Super Guppy's mission to deliver a multi-million-dollar payload is back on track. But the 24-hour delay has caused a crew change. Guppy's new commander is former space shuttle astronaut Greg Johnson.
Okay, Nelson, we ready to go? Yes, sir. Okay.
Before Guppy can fly, Greg has to sign off on the plane and its cargo.
So with our vertical center of gravity, we're looking at 150. That's about 66 inches from the top of the pallet.
The center of gravity is the most critical aspect to any Guppy mission. CG is calculated using the weight and position of the cargo in the aircraft.
The Guppy, if it gets a very high vertical center of gravity, when you bank it, it can actually keep going over and it's difficult to get back up.
I'll keep it under 20 degrees of angle bank so we don't have any issues there. Okay, it's good to meet you guys.
It's finally time to get this show on the road. All the plane needs now is a little engine boost. Unlike most planes that have their own auxiliary power to start their engines, Guppy needs an external air start cart, or huffer.
Good morning. Normally, what we'll do is we'll start these two engines first, and then we'll get rid of all the equipment, and the other engines will start that for themselves.
The huffer blows a large volume of compressed air through one of Guppy's 4 turboprop engines to get it rotating and start up the others.
Ready on 3.
Okay, James, you ready on 3?
Copy.
Select 3, start 3.
Guppy's engines are all fired up, and so is the mission crew.
I see James, the door is closed.
I am ready.
With 13,000 kilograms of extra weight,
Right down the middle.
V1. Rotate.
Okay, here we go, guys.
This takeoff is Guppy's biggest test yet. In Long Beach, California, Super Guppy is fully loaded and about to attempt one of the riskiest maneuvers of her cross-country mission.
Okay, everybody good back there?
Yeah, everybody's good back here. Looks good. All right, coming up.
Guppy is taking off with a top-heavy cargo weighing in at more than 13,000 kilograms. One wrong move could cause the cargo to break loose and the plane to roll, and that would be fatal.
Okay, number 3 is a race first. You ready to go? 4, number 2, here we go.
After a 24-hour delay, Guppy is finally airborne.
Tom, let's get the gear up. Gear's coming up. Here comes the...
NASA 941, turn left heading 160.
That's 941, left turn 160.
160.
I will put that in for you.
Yeah, pretty good performance, guys.
Yeah. The window's holding up great. It doesn't appear to be leaking at all. There's no whistling, no air escaping from it. Looks great, so no problems.
Today, the Super Guppy will fly to Phoenix, Arizona for a quick refuel and then on to Amarillo, Texas for an overnight.
The air is smooth. That's really good for the Guppy and the payload in the back.
Top of the list after takeoff is making sure that payload is still secure in Guppy's cargo bay.
If we have a big shift in the cargo, we'll return back and land at Long Beach and figure out what the problem is.
That job falls to lead loadmaster John Myrick.
I'm going to make sure that on takeoff roll, nothing moved, everything's does secure connection, nothing's leaking, the locks are still in.
Before reaching her cruising altitude of 16,000 feet, Greg levels off at 10,000. Anything above that, and John would run out of air. The cargo bay isn't pressurized. Timing and caution are essential.
It's very difficult to move back there, especially whenever you get those positive G's. It's very difficult just to pull yourself up. So you have to be aware of your position at all times. Very pleased. There was no movement of the cargo. There was no movement of the pallet. Everything looks just like we left it, which is what we wanted.
Climb in 13,000, NASA 941.
Flight power.
As the Super Guppy resumes her climb to cruising altitude, Greg eases up on the engines.
David, how are the temperatures on the engines?
You're good. We can shift them down whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'm going to shift them down there.
Okay, go ahead.
Greg doesn't want to risk straining or overheating the four 4,700 horsepower turboprop engines.
David, you can keep the power set so we don't go too fast.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on it. The sooner we get higher would be better. I think the mountains are like 80 miles away.
If the engines do run hot, they risk losing thrust. But Guppy has a backup cooling system that keeps the engines from overheating.
If we can't get the torque we need, the torque providing the power, then we can use the water methanol system and preserve the life of the engines.
2 days ago, at Guppy's home base in El Paso, Texas, the crew topped up the cooling system's tanks with a water methanol mixture.
Water meth is super important for the Super Guppy. All turboprop engines, actually all jet engines, perform better in colder weather.
During the flight, the water methanol is sprayed into the air in front of the engines, cooling and making it more dense, allowing the engines more thrust and power without overheating.
It simulates to our engines that it's actually in cold weather versus a warmer weather. So we get better performance.
Yeah, it's a 56-gallon tank. As soon as it comes out the back over there, we'll know it's full.
It's going out.
Like Guppy, it's old school, but it works. But Guppy won't need it today. The temperatures along today's flight path are cool. 5 hours into today's flight, the Super Guppy is refueled in Phoenix and is nearing Amarillo, Texas for a layover. Guppy needs to make several fuel stops on cross-country missions when she's hauling heavy cargo.
We only load on as much fuel as we need to get to the point we need. So we're trading fuel for the weight of the cargo. The weather is good at Amarillo. The winds are calm. We're looking forward to getting the Guppy mission back on deck here for its intermediate stop and eating some barbecue in Amarillo.
There will also be a crew swap in Amarillo, a new co-pilot and 2 new flight engineers. Guppy has a small but dedicated crew and everyone wants a piece of her.
You know, the Guppy is special because we're the only flying Super Guppy in the world, and the number of pilots that are flying the Guppy at this moment is way less than the number of space shuttle pilots, for example.
And having been a pilot on the space shuttle, Greg would know.
The Guppy is one of my favorite 2 airplanes to fly, and I just enjoy the challenge. It's particularly challenging in a heavy crosswind. There's a lot of factors you have to consider, but it's always fun to be in the left seat and be in charge.
Okay, flaps are full, we're clear to land. Thank you. 100 feet, thanks. 50, thanks. 40. Ease them on back. Walk them back. 10, 5, 4, 3. There's a bird there. 1, there you go. Okay, we are down, guys. Give me a reverse. Okay, I got it.
You got it.
In Amarillo, the ground crew is waiting for her.
The Guppy looked great coming in. Beautiful landing.
Okay, hey, don't strap them, Mark.
Don't strap them?
Don't strap them yet, we're gonna feel.
Okay.
For Tom Ryan, his second mission on the Guppy as co-pilot is complete. The new co-pilot is Ray Heineman.
You're familiar with the window shatter we have. Maintenance took care of that quickly, so shouldn't have any trouble the rest of the flight. You know, God willing.
All right.
So based on that, man, have a good one. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the turnover.
Amarillo welcomes the crew with a local specialty.
Texas barbecue, huh?
Flight engineers Nelson Reyes and Dave Elliott enjoy the hospitality. But this is the end of the road for them, too.
I'll get the next mission when it comes around, but I've got 2 other flight engineers that want some time on the plane too, and so it's my turn to go home.
Guppy is all fueled up and ready for an early start in the morning. But Mother Nature has other plans. A thick fog rolled in overnight, preventing Guppy's early morning takeoff.
Guys, we're on hold here in Amarillo for the fog. Currently, we're at a 1/4 mile visibility. It's looking like it might actually raise. I'd like to have about 1 mile, so we're going to kind of wait for that. Ray, you concur on that?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't see a rush. Like we say in the Guppy, nothing. We don't do anything very quickly, so we're not going to do that today. We're going to hold fast.
Once again, the Guppy mission is grounded. Amarillo, Texas, the halfway mark for Super Guppy's cross-country mission. Guppy's all fueled up and ready to deliver a crucial section of an experimental aircraft to NASA's Langley Research Center in Virginia. But she's socked in.
So, Ray, you got an update on the weather?
Yeah, the fog and low visibilities here in Amarillo.
Taking off in this kind of weather is dangerous.
The biggest problem is if we have an emergency right after takeoff and we want to return to Amarillo, we have to have the visibility and ceiling requirements to do the instrument approach in here.
The plane's size and top-heavy payload also make it dangerous for an emergency climb or turnback. Any sudden or steep banking could flip the plane right over. After a 2-hour wait, the fog finally lifts.
Okay, gentlemen, the weather's come up. Start your engines. Let's go. Let's get going. Somebody get a few cookies. We're low on snacks. In fact, we have a snack low light. When we get to Fort Campbell, somebody's going to go get snacks for the final leg in.
This is the last day of Guppy's mission. First stop, Fort Campbell, Kentucky to refuel. Then on to the final destination, Langley, Virginia. This is only co-pilot Ray Heineman's second time back in the cockpit since the upgrades and new digital display systems.
They're functioning very well and easily can give us our situation within the sky here. We've also changed a few of our procedures. Things are going well. I mean, it's definitely a big improvement over what we had.
In El Paso, Texas, Guppy's machinist Rick Keller is always looking for ways to maximize the performance and lifespan of this legendary jerry-rigged aircraft.
I love the Guppy. There's a million parts in that Guppy, and any given day I might be asked to make a piece for it, so that's what I like the most.
Today, Rick has come up with a way to improve the locking mechanism on the special cargo pallet for Guppy's next mission, delivering the crew module for NASA's future manned spacecraft, the Orion.
Right now I'm making a bushing that'll go on the pallet to help stabilize the payload.
It's a small part that plays a big role in making sure that Guppy's cargo is secure throughout the mission.
And here we got our bushing. We'll put it in the hole of the 48-foot pallet and put our locking mechanism in the center, and we got a finished product.
Guppy's the last of her kind still flying, and her maintainers want to keep her on the job for as long as possible. Back on the Super Guppy, the flight crew is preparing to land at Fort Campbell, Kentucky for refueling.
Let's hang on just a moment.
Okay,
We got a proper oil line.
Low oil?
Yeah.
You still got it?
Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, crap. It did go out or did
No, it's not gone out yet.
Okay. You guys need to tell me what you want to do.
Super Guppy's flight engineers Mike Robinson and Henry Taylor are concerned.
Usually when a prop leaks, you're down for the long count. And you have to go in and do some troubleshooting, order parts, and it takes a little bit of time.
When they land at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, they'll take a good look at the propellers and determine what the problem is and the fix. While Guppy refuels, James checks the prop oil.
According to our dipstick, we're about a quart low. We're about to get a can. We'll put a quart of fluid inside it. Back to the aircraft, this is where we carry our spare parts. And we have cans of oil, hydraulic fluid, and regular engine oil for servicing. So I got a can of oil. We're going to open it up, put it in, and we're going to be good to go.
Mike double checks to make sure it wasn't a leak.
Now I got to run the prop through, make sure all the oil gets cycled through there.
Good feather.
Okay, it should be feathering.
It is feathered.
Everything's working as advertised. So stuff happens. Hopefully, you always want it to happen at home. Sometimes it happens on the road. These guys are well equipped to handle it.
Here we go. You want to rotate.
It's time to get Guppy to the finish line.
941, 7,000, switch in departure.
But Amarillo fog and the prop oil change have blown Guppy's schedule.
We took off a little late. We're probably not going to be able to make up much of that time, but we're going to do our best to make up a little bit of it.
You get a little tailwind, you start riding that wave, you'll be good.
They're hoping a push from Mother Nature will get them to Langley before sunset. Landing in the dark is risky business.
Well, that's Kingsport, Tennessee. We're just going to scoot along the northern corner of Tennessee and then turn more towards Norfolk.
To pass the time, flight engineer Henry Taylor likes to pull out a road atlas tucked away in a secret cubby. It's a Guppy tradition.
Like in other airplanes I've flown at 40,000 feet, you can't see much terrain, you can't see all the things, whereas here you're kind of back to nature a little bit, which is kind of like the Guppy. It's kind of old school, and it's not, fly-by roads, but it's makes it really interesting to be able to look at the map and see where you are.
Ah, man, this is a beautiful view right now. It's getting towards sunset. There's a light dusting of snow on the ground. You can actually see where people had skied, maybe snowshoed. Just a beautiful part of the country.
But no matter how beautiful the view, the tailwinds weren't strong enough to push Guppy into Langley, Virginia before dusk.
Sunset is actually 4:48 local.
Oh my God, you got a night landing ahead of you.
I forgot it got dark there pretty early. So we'll go out over the water, set up for that approach, get clearance, and then come down on that approach.
The approach over water is especially difficult at night. There are no lights to use for guidance, and water becomes a big black hole. Ray will tackle the approach and the night landing.
I haven't had a night landing in the Guppy in quite a few months, probably close to a year. So this will be the first time in a while, but I think we're ready for it.
And 941 turn 10 degrees to your right, be vectors for
restricted airspace.
Okay, 941, 10 right. We've had some smooth touchdowns in this trip so far. So we're just making sure that we treat the Guppy with the respect it deserves. You're starting to see the lights now.
Yep. AC 4887, climb to flight level 260.
You're getting a heck of a push now from the tailwind.
They've made it all the way from the west coast to the east.
Okay, descent checklist, landing weights and speeds checked.
But now Ray has to put Guppy and her payload down on the ground, safe and sound.
Launch center, envoy 3305.
NASA's Super Guppy and her 13,000 kilogram payload have been put to the test. Her cross-country challenge is almost over, but she's late. It's dark, and co-pilot Ray Heineman is coming in for his first night landing in almost a year.
We're all qualified to fly at night, and we'll just, when we get there, we get there. That's the way aviation works sometimes, you know, you don't always get to do exactly what you plan, and you just gotta roll with the changes.
After flying out over the dark waters of the Atlantic, the pilots turned back towards the coastline to find the runway.
Okay, 240, 2000, until established, clear for the ILS 26 at length.
There's a instrument landing system approach that we could do, an ILS approach.
The ILS emits radio signals to establish the plane's exact lateral and vertical direction. It's Ray's job to keep the plane precisely on the landing path, the glide slope.
Probably need about torque 9 for this.
Torque 9. And the lights are coming out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, show you pretty well set up.
Got the runway inside, got the lights.
Langley Tower, NASA 941, will be rolling to the end. Lights are set.
Okay.
For landing checklist complete.
Okay, and I got the ground in the backup.
A little high, coming down.
Yeah.
Ray's landing is textbook.
Okay, guys, nice job. We made it all the way from Long Beach. Thanks.
Super Guppy and her payload have finally arrived, safe and sound. But it's too late to unload, so Guppy will be put to bed.
The 48 feet is a tip of the tail, I believe.
Oh, then it should fit.
But the way the curve is, I just don't know if the curve will fit in between the two edges.
They better not scratch our airplane after 2,036 miles of driving it from Long Beach.
Pretty cool, huh? Don't get a shot like this every day.
Okay, right. I'm gonna get a selfie with me and the Guppy. Good. So I'm gonna send that to my wife and my kids and just tell them the Guppy's safe on deck in the Langley hangar after a 2,000-mile trip from Long Beach.
Safe, but there's still more work to be done.
We still got to unload, but basically the hard part's over, so now it's time to eat.
And time for Guppy to power down. Tomorrow is the last big test on this mighty mission. Early next morning, the flight cables are all disconnected and Guppy's nose is opened. Time for the cargo to come off. A wrong move here could sink the entire mission.
We got it off. It's looking real good. We're really pleased.
For the Boeing and NASA engineers who have worked on the test article for years, this is the moment they've been waiting for.
Oh, it feels great to see it over here. It's a long time coming, and yeah, it's wonderful.
Mission accomplished. The Super Guppy has successfully delivered a crucial piece of NASA aerospace hardware from one coast to the other.
It's a one-of-a-kind airplane, can carry things that no other airplane can carry.
NASA's Super Guppy 941 is the last of her kind. But it won't be the last we see of her.
It's going to outlive me, I'm pretty sure. Probably, 5 to 10 years, we'll all retire. There'll be another crew, but the Guppy will keep going on and keep moving big cargo.
Guppy's next big mission, to carry the crew module for NASA's future manned space vehicle, the Orion. The first Guppy played a big role in putting a man on the moon. This last flying Super Guppy could help put humans on Mars.